Today we're going to talk about numbers and career or life path, purpose. So numerology has a context of what career or life path look like. I want to talk a little bit about that aspect. So when we have a purpose, when we have a career path, we actually create an imprint that everything else in life will follow that imprint. Now, numerology has a specific framework of how it actually looks at purpose or career path. So let's look at it for a little bit. So as we know, we understand that numbers are a blueprint or a code that define within a numeric chart what someone will take on, what will be their purpose, what will be their desired destiny. And basically a chart provide a cosmic roadmap or an unseen understanding of the frequencies and the vibration that we make our choices and make decisions in life, as well as who we actually likely to engage with, what aspect in our life will give us more fulfillment and more. So when we come to purpose, so purpose as a definition, the way I see it, it's not a dictionary. It's a root level passion. It's our guiding light, our truth. For some of us, it is a conviction that no matter what the circumstances are, will keep us on course within our life direction and our path. In an ideal situation, our purpose and our vocation, or I would say our career, or the things that we make money in, correlates. But as we all know, and as our chart shows us, we are bipolar and conflicted beings to begin with. So we always work through what is more likely to align with our purpose and what is matching our desire to be expressed, to actually create wealth in our lives, and as well as creating a difference. In numerology, purpose or the passion that drives our motivation can be identified in the quality of our life path position or our heart position, which you define in a chart, because this is the emotive side, how we make choices, and usually what we'll likely to choose, whether it's a person or a career path. Career path is our strength and our gifts in a chart, in a numeric chart. What we are good at is not always what we like to take on as a career path. And again, our past configuration will point out which areas will fulfill our desire to excel. Our career, our path in a chart is usually defines what is fulfilling for us, what makes us happy, what we're likely to enjoy through our life, basically. So when you actually look at a chart, when you identify what is the meaning of the path itself, you starting to hone on areas and people that will match that feeling of fulfillment of enjoyment, of what likely will make us actually being content or happy when it comes to a life path. Or, and it can be expressed in career, it can express in our social activism, it can be expressed in our creative focus and more. So when it comes to purpose and career path, we need to look at few different configuration when we actually coach or consult people. So I actually, when I look at a chart, I usually like to give some practical demarcations for people to actually focus on the areas that will make them happy and fulfilled. So there is one number in a chart that defines what likely for us to make us basically excel, or what is the values that we carry to create a purpose that is meaningful for us. People with 10 in different position in their chart will identify a competitive edge as well as aspect of inspiration, how we would like to inspire other people. And it's the number 10. It's embodied within this particular numerology as the radiant body, the body of courage, of inspiration. It's like an all or nothing, the leadership portion of our archetype of personality. It embodied purpose in a sense of high ideals and value, and a desire to inspire and lead others. When we look at the year 2022 in the area of purpose of career, 2022 is about mastery of a greater vision and plan. It's a significant year because it's holds a significant number, and all these twos associated with career or purpose will move through our ability to connect and relate and create relationships in our lives that are current, that are not based on the past or based on previous attachment, but actually carry us through new connection and camaraderies that we can actually create a new, you can say, a new roadmap, a new direction. So it's a very important year. So 2022, 22 is a significant number that is about the big picture, a significant vibration that embodies the architect, the organizer, the bigger vision in a well-structured manner. So it's about structure and form. It's about a plan on a grand scale, and as well as like inspirational plan that we would like to fulfill in this lifetime. So this is where 2022 is really significant, and some of the career areas, vocation area of 2022 associated with architects, with people who build structures of building, people who create visions. It can be storytellers as well, because 22 reduced to a 4. 4 has to do with words. It's about community organizers and people who service other people on a greater scale. So all these areas are actually going to be more pronounced and noticed this year. Now, when we look at the energy progression of number when it comes to career, if you are a 1, whether in your path, you are initiator, you are somebody who's actually very much a pioneer in what you do. You want to excel in the areas that are important to you. Then we go to a two. Two is like, has to do with diplomacy, has to do with either polarizing effect when we look at the progression of number, or creating union and connection and harmony and creating relationship. When we go to a three, which is the third dimension, it's a creative vibration. It has to do with creativity. It has to do with nourishment. It has to do with um, being social, being expressive. So these careers that associate with nourishment, food as well, will associate with this three. When we go to a four, we talked a little bit about four stabilizing foundation. The negative pole is rigidity, structure and form. It's somebody who, the usage of words, somebody who's in the areas of servicing other, a social worker, also somebody who's very good with structure, the planner, um, construction, areas of the architect, as I said before. And then when we come to a five, which is has to do with motion, the physical body, it's somebody, and also communication and teaching. It's a career associated with communication, with commerce, because in commerce you need to explain a lot. Also, in terms of like physicality, somebody who's maybe um, a forest ranger, somebody who's in nature, like the physical environment, and wants to explore and discover and teach what they discovered as well. And then when we're moving to six, six is about harmony, it's about the team, it's about intuition and beauty. So it can be like things that associated with design, associated um, with home decoration, associated with fine details of art, and as well as paying attention to other people in a very um, um, loving manner, because six is associated with the feeling of being uh, wanted to provide love and wanted to engage in loving environments. And then when we go to a seven, seven is about complexity, new knowledge, maturity, analytics, analytical mind, writings, the therapist, the detective, somebody who analyzes a lot of details. Eight is associated with power and money, and it's about somebody who likes position of being executive, of being um, in a power position, or managing finances and money for a lot of people. Eight is about healing as well. So it can be somebody who's taking the area of generating power or life force in the form of healing. And then when we go to a nine, nine is a complex number. It's a mastery. It's about completion. It's about somebody who's has a very good balance between that art and science and creativity, and somebody who's really have a depth of knowledge in a specific area. And then when we go to a 10, 10 is the CEO, it's the leader, it's somebody who likes purpose and leadership as their core understanding of what they do and provide. And then when we go to 11, which is the amalgamation of all 11, all the 10 bodies of energy in this system, it's 11 is about spiritual mastery. It's about being inspiring to inspire others, but it's also being very much idealistic and philosophical about whether it's religion or philosophy, and wants to actually inspire others in that way of their understanding. So personal numeric progression goes from 1 to 11, and our path, when we look at a path of career, will be defined by these 11 vibration. If you have a path of 7, you will have different type of understanding for what fulfills you than somebody with a path of 2, and so on. So I want to invite you to Numerology 1. It's the basics to form a numeric chart. It begins with orientation on June 27, a week from today, and will spread over 6 weeks, 6 modules. And I would say it's the unseen compass for people like who are coaches, counselor, healers, therapists, can be also executive that want to understand themselves and other people around them on a whole other level. The 6 classes include 6 modules, include history, vocabulary of number, 11 bodies of consciousness, a building block, really understanding what is the frequencies that apply in this numeric system, the basics position within a numeric chart, significant numbers, which is like the extra layer in a numeric reading and a chart that gives us another form of insight to people's expertise and direction. And then transformer number, the key to opportunity, how to change challenge into benefit. So numerology is a system that it's not a fundamental system. We can shift a vibration that is challenging to something that can benefit us. And then finally, how to build a full chart, and actually after that, actually being able to analyze people's charts around you and your clients and your friends. To enroll in the program, you can review the information on my website. We offer 30% off tuition through, I would say, the end of the week, and class starts with orientation on June 27 at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Question, request, please. I love questions and requests. I would say I've been a student and a teacher of numerology for almost 2 decades. And it's amazing to me how much it's always a living system, because we're all different. So no matter who you engage with, you're always learning something new and discover something new within the frequencies, within the numeric unseen world, which is a form of, I would say, ability to actually work with some dynamics that are not necessarily clear to the naked eye, so to speak. And with that, I'm going to conclude. Hari Om. Thank you so much.